Alright, so let's get started again. So WILY stages. So obviously we've started WILY 1 having nothing incredible about that, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm only gonna show one route that you could adjust accordingly to your skill level. Mostly because the good thing about the route I'm going to show is you can somewhat easily add more stuff, because there's not a lot that change in the route. So most of the things you're going to do early on is going to be the same. It's most likely for WILY 4 that's going to be a bit different, mostly for some of the spike rooms, but we'll get to that point later. For now, we're just going to go to WILY 1. So as you enter WILY 1, there's gonna be a bird here that you want to kill. I mean, an egg you want to kill. You want to try to slow down as less as possible, mostly because this will affect the bird minute. So here, this is where you want to turn around usually, on this platform. So if you've done it, if you've killed the egg optimally, you want to turn as far right as possible. But if you kill it slowly, you want to be a little early. So you jump. Let's say I do this. Like, see, I was still too early right there. So you still want to be far to the right, even though you're slow there. Like that. And that makes the bird spawn to the left instead. So you don't have to care about killing other eggs if that's the case. So let's say I messed up. In that case, it's better to just kill the eggs like this than trying to reset up. If you have a reset up, you can use it, but usually it's just better to do this as it's already over right there. It's you will probably lose time trying to reset up the bird minute than trying to kill the eggs. So in that case, if you messed up, just kill the eggs, but it should not be a problem. So, and that also affects where you menu, because if you messed up, like I said, do this. If you messed up, you don't want to menu right away, as you need to use Buster the whole way. If you messed up, and then messed up again. There you go. So if you messed up, you want to menu after the last egg, so right here. So I usually menu around here, and you menu to item 2. If you don't messed up, if you get the bird minute, you can menu pretty much anywhere as you fell. So you can menu here. Like, it's totally fine to menu anywhere else. You can menu here too. It's fine. So then we're going to use item 2 on this wall right here. Try to not be too too late, because otherwise you can't place it. You have like pretty much infinite placements even if you miss, so it's not a big deal if you miss. It's just like time loss. It's really bad with item 1s though, so you gotta be careful later on. I don't know why I menued there, but ideally you can be quite far and you will still make it. Using a tick here does not matter, so even if you can be quite far and still be good, like here, that will be still fine. You also can play safe, but as I said already in Crash, this might mess you up a lot, so I advise you to really learn to place it like this and not doing something like this, which might not be good. So I don't have a cue for this. This is kind of hard to have a cue. It's like mostly muscle memory, but if you're scared, you can just do this. That works. It's slow, and that's why when I said in Crash last time those placements are slow, it's because you'll have a bunch of those placements. That's the mistake that's the most annoying if you place it too low, is you won't be able to reach the top. Like, let's say I do this. In that case, go back and try it again. That's bad because you have to be really careful of your ammo usage. So let's say I use 3 extra tick, that's really bad. That's really bad for later on, and we'll see what to do later on in WILY 2, the next stage, if you are in a specific case of missing some ticks. So for now, let's say we do this. If we waste 1 tick, that's totally fine, we don't care. It's actually good to waste a tick, because usually we had 1 to spare. So So let's see. I'm 0 tick here. This jump is kinda tight. You wanna fall and jump a little later after you land. Like a few frames later. If you jump too late, you will bonk into the toothpaste. So, and if you jump too early, you will also bonk. So be careful. You wanna be a bit late. Basically, the cue is this. You see that little green thingy like after. I'm gonna show. I actually disabled my cursor, but let me enable that real quick. You see this this thing right here. You wanna aim for the left of it, kinda. So like this, and you will get over this like every single time. Just don't be too early, otherwise you get hit, and don't be too late, otherwise you will also get hit. So, but you can see if you're too late, you get a fast bonk if you're too slow, and if you're too fast, you get this bonk. So if you're right, this should do this every time. All right, and the placement will be there. It's not that bad to place it. Just don't be too high. If you're too high, you gotta do this. So even if you're too high, it's fine. You just want to place it as late as possible. So if you're just too late, just do this. And it actually could be just as fast as you gotta wait anyway. But ideally, you want to do something like this. Note that you can place this item a bit early if you have an extra tick to spare. But we'll just like you can do this instead. Like basically instead of placing it from this section, you place this right here. But yeah, let's say you have like full ticks, you just place it as late as you can. So just do this. There you go. That's a very easy way to handle this. Then you menu here to item 3. Then there's multiple ways you can climb this. You can either do this and then you grab the ladder. You can A plus B from here, then grab the ladder. Well, not do that. I left like an idiot, but or what you can do is you can try to time and do a BA, so you get close to max height. But that's not really... That's optimal like this, but it's hard. So if you wanna be safe, you wanna aim for... You see this little like green dot in the background here? This is the cue. Do A plus B and you should be good. But yeah, if you wanna be optimal, you try to... and that's the worst. And if that's the case, go as quickly as possible to the left and go back. Because otherwise you will have to wait that the item 3 despawn, and that's the worst because you waste item 3 ticks. So, and you won't have much opportunities to refill it. And I mean, you have opportunities to refill it, but usually it's really slow. So if possible, just try to not mess up that. So ideally, the later you are in this A plus B, the worse this placement will be usually. But yeah. It's not that bad of a placement. It's usually if you're missing it, it means you're probably greedy with your A plus B. I mean, it's not really an A plus B. A plus B will just give this results, which is a bit slow. If you want to be optimal, you really want to place it as high as possible, but it's only a few frames. So alright, next screen. On this screen you have. I'm gonna show you the baby strat first. So the baby strat, you just climb the ladder. Jump on this ladder as high as you can. So jump up the ladder. Try to grab it as high as you can. And if you're fast enough, you should not get hit at all by this guy normally. And then you want to place an item 3 on this ladder right here. So don't grab this ladder at all. You don't want to grab this ladder. It's a very bad thing to do. Because if you grab the ladder, you may get a bad item 3 placement. And this might... You may end up being too high, and you may get an accidental zip afterward. So that's why this is not good. So what you want to do is just A, B, just like this, and you don't have to climb the ladder at all. Just like go in the hall right here, and all you gotta do is press B anytime. Just make sure to land on the item. Like A, B, and you keep holding A the entire time, obviously. A, B. Really easy. Really not that bad. So A, B, and you kind of want to wait. You don't want to jump instantly too. That's a mistake some people are doing. Because if you jump too early, let's see, I do this. This is what's gonna happen. You grab the pixel perfect, and usually you won't be able to place an item because you will be too low. So make sure to wait just like a few frames. You see, a good cue for this is the animation of Mega Man. Mega Man will be in this weird animation. I'm gonna try to pause it so you can see. Oops. But Mega Man will be in this weird... I can't really pause at the right time. It's annoying. But you see he is doing a weird animation when you place an item. This is when you wanna look at. As soon as this animation kinda goes away, you can jump. Like that. And usually it gives you the right height. See here, I'm like good. So usually if you see Mega Man in the transition, you did the thing well. If you don't see Mega Man in the transition, that means you're too fast. Or too early. One of the two. There's a slightly optimal placement you can do on this ladder right here. You see this third ladder bar. If you reach it, you can do an A plus B, and you can place an item to skip the part of the climb. It's kind of tight because you don't have a lot of window to do it. But that's the optimal strat. So A plus B, and you jump right away. So that saves 20 frames if you want to do it. If you feel fancy. It's the cue for it is this third bar of the ladder, and you try again to align it with the white line of the element. So that's like 20 frames if you want to do it. So just like this, and then it's the same thing. So that's the thing is, the risky thing is if you're too early or too late, you fail and you lose like a lot of time. So it's up to you. It's a risky strat, but you don't. If you know your cues, it's very, like, that was early here. And that's good here. So it's just about muscle memory to build if you want to do this strat. So it's up to you. It saves 20 frames if you want to do it, so yeah. I didn't jump out of the ladder, but it's fine. Alright. So next screen. So here we are doing a B up and A. This safety is actually bad because I didn't do it in transition, so let's do it again. But yeah, you want to do an B up and A again in the screen. Just like this, and then you bonk this thing. So make sure to jump out of the ladder too. Oops. Ah. So jump out of the ladder to take damage, and then this ladder, it's pretty tricky because there's different strats you can do. If you don't really want to matter about items, you just grab it as soon as possible, and it's fine. You will lose time, but it's like the baby strat, pretty much. But if you want to be fast, you want to try to place an item 3 as you're about to climb this ladder. As you can see, if I'm pressing up on the ladder, I already showed this earlier, but you get a boost. And you want to take advantage of that boost, so you can place an item like right below Mega Man. So let me show you. Just like this. And then you just let go of the ladder to go on the item, and you can jump off screen, so you get a lot of boost. That's how it works. So let's do it again. So I'm doing it slowly just to show you. That's if you're fast, this will look like this, and it's pretty neat if you get used to it. Just like this. So I kind of hold the diagonal too, which I feel makes it easier, in my opinion, to do the thing. Just like this. I actually didn't even grab the ladder and still worked, you know. It's like, as long as you place this item, you can get there. But the thing is, if you do this, if you don't grab the ladder, you'll most likely be too low. and this might happen. So that's why you really want to grab the ladder like this to get the boost and to be good, as it actually plays the item slightly higher. So yeah. So that's the strat. But you can do you can also do A plus B if you feel bad with the strat. I don't exactly remember where the Q is, but I think it's right here. Yeah. So basically, it's the fourth ladder. Oops, I bonk the ceiling. It's like the fourth right here. Like you wanna cross it, like right here. As soon as you cross it, basically you can place it. Again, I use the same Q. It's like the right line. So as soon as you cross this, like you see, like I'm talking about this line here of the ladder. As soon as you cross it, so as soon as you're like here, you can actually place it, and you're good. So let me do it. Oops, I was looking at the ladder. Just like that. It's pretty much even to the strategy show you, so it's just about preference. I think you could maybe be a few frames faster with this setup, but honestly, it's up to you. You can do whatever. I think it's pretty much even. Like, I can show you both strats again at really fast, and you will be around the same time. Like 359 here, and with the A plus B. Well, actually, it was too late. It's also a bit harder to time too, because you gotta be fast. Yeah, you can be a little faster. I got 349, but I didn't got a proper data boost. So, yeah. It's only a few frames faster, so it's up to you, whatever you want to do. But yeah. Alright, then we got this screen. So as soon as you are on the top of the ladder, even like, as soon as you see Mega Man going up, you can menu. You will get the boost anyway, normally. Unless it's too early, you really want to make sure to get the boost before menuing. But ideally, you just like press up, and you just menu. So you menu to item 1, and here we want to place 3 items. So the way you do this screen will affect how you also play the next screen. So that's why you also gotta be careful right there. So the normal way of doing it, you just place 3 items like this, and you climb the ladder. Do not climb it with diagonal yet, because that will basically gives you the half ladder position, and that's for another strat we'll talk about later. So, but yeah, basically you want to try to be high if possible. If you need to wait, make sure to get the boost, because it actually saves a lot of time. You really want to be on top of this ladder, because if you're too low, let's say I do this, and I do that, oh, maybe not that. Let's say I just climb like this. Oh, I was actually high enough, that's funny. There you go. Let's say I do this, you have to climb this whole ladder, and you will lose time. So, make sure to be really high, and you will climb this ladder. So, the safe strat for this, that if you climb the ladder like this, you have a very nice setup to do this section, and it's very consistent. So let's do it. Oops, I didn't climb the ladder. Oops. Yeah, you also don't want to be too fast, otherwise this will happen. So as soon as you're on this screen, you will just hold left and the diagonal left, sorry. So up and left. And you just do A plus B, so A plus B, A plus B, A plus B, and you jump. So this will give you a boost on the ladder, and this most likely will give you a consistent time every single time you do this strat. So that's it's a kind of safe strat, and it's all you can stick to this strat for like pretty much forever. As the strats after this I'm going to show are pretty optimal. It's mostly for like very top times, I'd say, but I can show you that. So again, just to show you, we just grab the ladder, A plus B, A plus B, A plus B, and you climb. So holding diagonal is not really necessary. I just feel like it's more convenient, at least for me, so I don't mess up my inputs. Because you want to be close to the ladder, and you want to make sure to press up. And as you gotta also move to the left, it's convenient to just like hold diagonal. At least for me it is. So you can just like stop holding left if you grab this ladder, because it's only the up input that matters. But I don't think it does anything to just hold the diagonal on the left, so it's up to you. But yeah, that's the quote-unquote easiest strat. You can, as I said, it's pretty much a normal strat that most people do in that screen, so it's fine if you do that. Next, we're gonna talk about two different ways of, actually there's three, to do the optimal strat. Optimal strat is actually kinda hard, so you won't see a lot of people do that one, but it saves a bit of time. So the screen will be mostly similar, except that on the last item here, instead of holding right down, you wanna hold diagonal up. Like this. So that will make you, in this position right there where you're on the half ladder. In most cases, this is really bad to be in that spot, but just for that specific screen, it's actually good for two reasons. The first is you're further left, so that means your first placement will be further left as well, so meaning it's going to be closer to the ladder. And we can abuse this in a way that the third item we're going to place will give you a ladder boost so you will say 40 frames on the next screen. So technically you will lose time compared to the other strat on that screen specifically, but you will gain the time back on the next screen because you will get a ladder boost. So that's the whole point of the strat. So to do this, there's like a bunch of different ways to set it up. I'm gonna show you the three main ones. There's the arrow setup where you just do this and try to climb this ladder. Usually you want to hop on this item right here. So as you climb the ladder, you want to hold diagonal. But you can just, I can't even do it right now. That's amazing. Like this, and you land on the item and you press up, just like this. So don't try to place it too early like I just did there. Like that. So as you can see, it's a bit slower, but then you get a boost on that screen, and that's all the time loss of that strat. So it's a very difficult strat. So if you can do it, it's nice. As I said, I didn't do the hop here, just so you can see that it's possible without the hop. But it's convenient to usually do that hop, as it makes the placement kinda easier. But if you're not comfortable with hopping, this might not be good for you, so you can do that. And yeah, this can happen. You wanna be really good with your hops to do this, so yeah. So that's this strat. You can also place that one a little later. So as you can see, I didn't got the same boost here because I placed it somewhat later. Oops. But yeah, as you can see, I'm feeling it a lot. It's not a easy strat. There you go. So this is the normal boost you can get. Earlier I actually got the higher one. It's like if you place the last item kind of late, you can get an extra placement, but it's the same time. You can also go for the zip setup, but you don't want to do the zip, obviously. But technically, it's not. You can do. Nice. I kind of mess it up, but. There you go. So you go for the zip setup, but you cancel it, and that also can give you the same result. It's actually a bit faster to do it that way, but yeah, it's tough. So even myself, I kind of struggle to it, and it's really easy. It's really punishing to like miss it, because let's say I do this. In that case, I got into the wall. So if that's the most common thing you will get if you try to go for that strat, is you may just get the zip setup, If that case, you will be into the wall, and as you're in the wall, you exit the wall before you zip, because otherwise this will invalidate your run, so be careful with that. So yeah. That's the whole science be in these 2 screens. Actually, the whole 3 screens can save time if you do everything properly. But yeah, it's as I said, it's more like 28 strats. So you can't just stick to the good old I do 3 items, press down, and just do the diagonal setup. And that will be totally fine. So see, I was a little off here, so I didn't got the boost, but even if you missed it, you will still grab the ladder most of the time. No problem. So yeah, feel free to try it and mess around with that strat if you want. If you can't do it, it's like half a second you can save, so feel free. I don't know. So yeah. Next screen. So here, this is the boss screen. There is a lot of different ways to handle the dragon incoming, but the very first thing you gotta do is the menu. So ideally you want to menu as you jump up the ladder. Not that late though, but yeah. If you feel uncomfortable by jumping and menuing in the air, what you could do as well, as it's what I actually do in runs, is it actually loses a frame to do this, is you menu right here. And as you exit the menu, you jump and you bonk your head into that ceiling right here. So let me do that. So I menu here, not that like that, and I jump. So it loses about a frame to do this as you do an extra jump. But in my opinion, it's just more convenient, as then you have a better, it's easier to get an optimal jump out of this ladder. So, but again, it's just preference. In theory, the optimal way, you just menu out of this ladder, and you just do that. So, again, preference, so feel free to do whatever. This dragon, if you want to be stupid, you want to try to jump as low as possible on this block up until the scrolling starts, so right now you can do whatever. The difference is, the screen will go faster, and it will slow you down. Like right here, you can see the scroll slows down. It means the auto scroll started. So right now, there you go. So at this point you can do high jump. It doesn't really matter, but it's like you perhaps lose a frame or two by jumping too high each block. So yeah. If you feel scared, just do big jumps, and it's going to be totally alright. Let me try to set up a safe state that's actually good. I think this is a good one. Alright, so the dragon fight. You have millions of possibilities you can do in this fight. Well, not a million, but there's a lot. So I will show you the 3 main ones I saw people doing, and the ones I know. So the easy one, you just shot a little bit at the middle and you go to the top block. So that's the very safe version. It loses about, I think, half a second to the optimal way because the dragon has to go upward. You can also stay on the bottom block and do a jump. Like this. But the optimal way is either to stay on that block and mash really fast. And the thing about that is if you don't have a fast smash, you will get shot, so it's pretty risky. You need a really good mash for it. At least like 12 hertz or something. So it's a good place if you can double mash. It's a good place for that, because you will like destroy the dragon. But ideally you will see people being on the middle block, and as they shoot a few shots, they go on the bottom block. So just like this. No, not like this. You wanna... There you go. You don't wanna press that slightly. The risk about this try is those 2 things. You can fall into the pit like this, or the risk is to press it too hard and you do this. The dragon washes you if you touch him, so you gotta be careful. So, but yeah, this one is pretty fast though. Oops. But yeah, the left press is pretty large. You wanna press it for like 4 or 5 frames. But if you do a slide press, it should be fine. Like, that's fine. Alright, so that's pretty much all the strats I can show. There's like the 3 main ones. You can stay to the bottom block and do things like the jump I just shown. So yeah, feel free to do whatever strat you want. All those strats are fine. The objective is to just not die, and if you feel like you can be a bit more optimal with your mash, then switch to the hard strats. It's all there is to it, honestly, with this dragon fight. So yeah, now we can move on to WILY 2. So the very first thing is to do an A plus B at the very start. So the first shot will hit this guy, because if you don't do this, you may have trouble to shoot this guy, and that means you have to get 3 shots on the way down right here. So that's actually bad. That's why we do A plus B at the start. So then it's only 2 shots on the way down, and it's way easier to kill that guy. So A plus B, and you shot. Then you want to menu right here to item 2, and depending on how much ammo you have, you can do 2 different things. If you wasted a tick or more at the very start of WILY 1, you wanna, if you wasted 1 tick, you just mash during the refill and you place this item. A thing I want to mention is placing that item later does not do anything, only loses time. Like if you place it right here, you will not save a tick. Like you will still end up with the same amount. So do not do it, it's completely useless. See, I still have 5 ticks there. So it's totally useless to place it later to save a tick. You won't have any difference. So, but you can save a bit of time by placing it early, because ideally you don't want 5 ticks, but 4 ticks. So if you have 1 extra tick in that case, you want to place it a bit before you get that drop. So you waste a tick and you get a faster item to your right. So yeah, just like this. And see, I have 4 ticks now. So also I didn't mention you want to grab this ladder, obviously. So yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just be careful of how much, that's why I told you to pay attention to how much ammo you use on the very first item 2 placement, because it matters for that section. So, and if you have less, in that case, let's say I use 2 extras instead of, like here I don't have a lot, so those guys are not going to annoy me, it's fine. So let's say I have like a few ticks less. In this room right here, you can refill your item 2. There's a small ammo, and each one gives you 2 ticks. So if you only have 2 going on the screen, just pick 1 and switch to flash, because that's what we want to get on. But if you're good, if you're good, then it's fine. You don't have to do anything. And you menu on this slider right here. So as soon as you jump out of the slider, you grab the slider and you menu to flash. Just like this. And then nothing to talk about this screen, just grab ladders. Try to be really, like if you want to be optimal, you really want to try to have as little grab time as possible. I don't know how to call this, but yeah. Just try to have as much falling time as possible, basically, as it saves frames, but yeah. Like, it's not the end of the world. Just like, don't do what I just did earlier, where I just missed the ladder entirely. Yeah. It's not a very complicated stream, there's like nothing that's happening anyway, so it's fine. So then this ladder, if you just hold the right, you will see that you will fail instantly like this. And that's actually not good, because you lose time for the next screen. So what you want to do here is you want to hold diagonal right, like this. So then you fell straight into the hall right here. And then you enable flash as you fell in there. So hold diagonal on the transition right here, and you press B around here. It's fine. Just like this. And of course, after this, you don't want to stop moving. So as soon as you do this, on this screen, you just keep moving until flash runs out. You don't want to do anything. And then the menu part is right here. So as soon as you're here, you menu to item 1. And this is where we're going to do some shenanigans on the next section. I forgot to jump. Make sure to jump after the menu too. And after that damage too. So, saves just a few frames, as I said earlier, on movement. So that screen, ideally, you wanna go without taking damage by this crusher up there. So there's few ways to do it. The easy way of doing that is to basically do 2 items like this and trigger right here. So that's the easy way of doing that screen. But if you want to be fast, you want to trigger... that safety is actually bad. You want to trigger this crusher as soon as possible by placing this item like this. And you also hug the wall to trigger the crusher right away. So this saves about a second because you trigger the crusher early. And then as you go back, you set up the second item. Be careful because you can't place items too low. Like if you do this, if you're in that case, if you're doing the backward strat, you don't want to be too low because this might not work. There's a specific spot where you can't, like, I forgot where it is, but yeah, that right here. Like if you're here, this might not work, so be careful. You really want to make sure to do that. Also, it's unnecessary to go fast with that strat. A lot of people try to be like this and to be really fast, and it's totally unnecessary. For the placement, that is. You can just take your time and do this. Ideally, you wanna try to sneak in the crusher as fast as possible. But only the first placement matter for this anyway. Like this. So the smaller the window is for that crusher, it means the faster you are, basically. So, yeah. But yeah, again, slow strat, you don't trigger the crusher, you take damage, just stay there, boom, 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 and you wait. Like this. And fast strat, you trigger the crusher early. Like this. And there you go. Alright, so then you want to do, as soon as you do this, you A plus B this one. So about, you don't want to be too late, because otherwise you might bonk the crusher early. You basically skip that crusher because you're off screen. I don't have a specific cue for it, but I guess this is a good cue, like this this line right here. So A plus B and 3 skip. Don't do this because it's actually slower as you have more falling time. It's safer to place it higher, but it's unnecessary as you don't need it. It's like 2 big jumps, so A plus B, boom, big jump. That will happen if you're too early. So like this, that's too early. So that's why you want to make sure to place it on around here, like this, and that will work. So, but if you feel uncomfortable, just place it higher, like this, and that will work like every time. But it's a bit slower as you're higher, so you have more air time. But yeah, so boom, boom. Then you deboost that one and jump out of it, and end of the screen. So actually, this deboost can be optimized. Like if you do a small jump, it's actually faster. In Metal Man, that's actually bad to do this. Normally, because there's lag, but there's not much lag here. You don't want to hit the press. You want to hit the chain. That's the thing. If you hit the press, this will happen. You will get a huge knockback, and that's bad. So, that's why in Metal Man, it's actually bad to do this normally. But, yeah, you hit the chain and do a small jump, and it's actually faster. So yeah. Then there's a few ways you can handle those 2 screens coming up down there. Oops. So let me make a safe state. I jumped kind of high. Alright. So you can menu right here, and that's actually not good because you will lose some movement time, probably, especially if you don't go for what we call the suicide drop. So let me just show you what the suicide drop is first. So in that screen, you see there's two ways you can go. You can go to the left or to the right. And you can see to the right it's pretty tight. But those spikes are not as big as this seems. So if I go frame by frame here, you will see that Mega Man will take time to die in the spikes. See, it's like it's only the bottom of it that, like, the whole top is just like air. It's nothing. It's only the bottom that's counted spikes. So that's why the suicide drop is a little easier than it seems, because the spikes is just not as big as you think. So the optimal way, basically, the suicide drop, you just go into the pit right there. But the normal way, you just go there, and it's free. So, oops. So let's do it again. Just hold left, boom, boom, and you go right. Really not that bad. And then you fell right here. And usually you menu as the fight start, for the simple reason that you gotta wait for Piko to arrive, so you don't waste anything movement wise. So that's why you want to do the menu right here instead of in the two previous screen. There's technically a way to do suicide drop in a way where you get a perfect falling with the menu, but it makes the suicide drop stupidly hard to do, so that's why we won't do that there. But the suicide drop, basically, you brush this block, I mean you fall off this block just like normal, except that you will stop holding right, left, sorry, around me there, and as you're about to like hit this section here, like I have a cue for this block usually that I use, you just hold left. But if you practice it, you will see that it's not that bad. Like, see, it was too early right here, just like that, and that saves around like 25 frames, so it's really not mandatory. There you go. But yeah. So Piko, this boss is on a frame roll. Every block is in the frame roll, so it does not really matter how much how fast you kill. Just don't be that slow as the first one right there. But you don't want to be super fast. Only the last one matters really. So you can just mess around and do this. So it's not RNG, by the way, so they are all on a figured pattern, so once you learn the pattern, you're good. So, nothing to say, honestly, about this. Only the last one matters to this last one, so you want to kill him as fast as possible. Because this is the only, like, the frame you kill this one, the animation where the screen flicker will start. So that's why this is the only one that you want to kill as fast as possible. You can actually set up what we call a double KO in this one, but it saves only 5 frames and it's kind of risky, so that's why this is not really recommended to do it. And I will not show it here anyway because I didn't have the save state for it. So anyway, next stage, WILY 3. So there's a new strat that has been found recently where in normal you can actually stay with Buster and save half a second at the end, but it requires a pretty good mash, so for now I'm just gonna show you the normal way that's been used for like years. So the very first input is a menu and you switch to quick and you jump. So in this screen, you can actually press, as soon as you pass this wall right here, you can do, you can press left for a bit. This will make the water section coming down there easier to handle. Basically, you can only do like 2 frames of left press. It's enough, technically, but it might be scary. So if you want to be safe, just press it longer. You can also press it on that screen if you need. So, and then you hold right on that screen. So that makes basically this room faster. Because if you don't do anything and you just wait that you touch the ground and do this, you will lose time because you have this weird animation and you will stay longer in the water. And remember, of Bubble Man, it's the same physics. So it means every time you're in the water, you will lose 1 frame every 5 frames, which means you roughly lose about 15 frames every second. So yeah, this can add up quite quickly if you stay too long in the water. So that's why you want to stay as less as possible in the water. So you hold right here, and you want to jump big every time. Big every time. Here you want to walk a bit, because obviously if you jump too early, you will land into the spikes, which is kind of stupid. So I'm going to wait a bit on this one. Like, I'd say you wait about, like, here on this 3rd tile. So right here. Here you jump right away. Jump right away. You wanna delay a few frames here, otherwise you will hit this unfortunate spike right here. So only a few frames for that one. So you wait here a bit. Don't wait. Don't wait. A few frames and you go. And then as you just go. As soon as possible. And same for that one. This jump is scary, but it's actually totally safe. If you do a big jump from that spot, even if you hug the wall, you won't ever touch this spike right here. So you're totally safe with that. Don't be scared of that spike. This spike cannot hurt you. Unless you do bizarre thing like this. You really want to make sure to bonk the ceiling. Otherwise, you will get the fulliness of Mega Man, which will make you touch the spike. So yeah, that was kind of early there. That's why you want to wait a little bit on that one. And there you go. Then you just hold right the entire time. Do not jump here. Just let go. Let's just fall like this. It's because if you do this, if you do a jump, not only you will lose time, but also this will make this section harder because you will fail a little bit faster. So don't do that jump, please. I saw a lot of people doing it, especially when they first start, so don't do that. It's actually really bad. So just fall off. Then as soon as you reach here, you wanna hold left for a bit. So like that. Keep in mind that you're falling really fast, so you can hold left longer than you think. And if you're correctly set up, like here you can see in the transition, I won't touch those spikes. You can already stop doing anything. And then on this screen, you hold left the entire time. This because if you don't hold left, you will land right here. And that's bad, because if you don't land here, you will have to fall really slowly to that section. Instead of if you are right here, you will fall right away right here, which is way faster. Especially in the water, as you are really slow in the water. So yeah. Also, if you see you're not very far to the right here, you can do a slight left press on that next screen right here. See here, I'm like actually kind of close there. So you can do a slight left press. Make sure to not be as close to the spikes as possible though, because if you are only 1 pixel off that spike right here, on the very next screen you will die. So you want to be close, like this is good right here, but you don't want to be stupidly close to the spike. Be careful with that, because if you're like literally like 1 frame away from the spike, if you hold right, the very first frame you reach it, you will die. So right here I'm safe. And on that screen, you just basically fell like this, if you're good. If you feel like you're slightly far to the right, you can actually delay a bit by holding right. Like you can hold right, hold left, sorry, by a bit. I keep missing my left and right, I'm sorry. But you can see my inputs anyway, so if I'm wrong, you just can tell whatever I'm saying. But yeah, if you feel like you're too far to the right, like you can actually hold left on that screen for a bit. Make sure to just don't hold left too long, otherwise you might touch those spikes, and that would be kind of sad. Although it's not that sad, because like if you, let's say you touch those spikes on accident, it's right here, so it's not like huge time loss, but you know, it will be kind of stupid to, especially because it's actually kind of hard to touch those spikes, because you will fail so fast that normally there's no way you will even touch those spikes. So yeah, normally you should be fine. But if you're good, you will try to like hug this block. Oops, not like this. And you want to jump around here. Keep in mind that you're in the water, so you're falling slower. So that's why you can actually jump from earlier position. Normally, in normal circumstances, that will never works. But you're in the water, so even if you're here, for example, you can still make it. So right here is actually kind of early. You don't want to ledge clip. Ledge clip is actually really bad in that case because of water physics. It's just that. So as you can see too, you want to hold left before touching the ground. Right before touching the ground, because otherwise you get this weird animation where you get stuck, and that's bad. And you can't jump too, because most of the time if you jump, well, I'm good here, but in most cases you will just end up bonking the block right here and do that. So that's why it's actually bad. So you jump here and then you just fall right there. And here we go, end of the screen. So jump out of water as soon as possible. Don't try to jump too early, otherwise you will bonk here, and that's actually really bad. Make sure to hold right too to not touch those spikes right here. One left press is enough to kill you. One frame is enough, that's what I mean. So, boom. Then you jump here and deboost this guy. You kill this guy and jump over the drop if there's one. Then this guy will shoot you, so that's why you want to jump a second time. So let me show you the whole room normally. So you kill this guy, jump over the drop, there's one, you jump here and you jump again. It's really dumb, but basically you kill the first shooter guy. I mean the second one, the first one you deboost. The second one you jump out of the drop if there's one. You don't have to. If you react enough, you don't have to jump. So no drops. And then you dodge the shot. And as you fall back down, you kill him. And if there's a drop, you jump out of it. Basically. So, it sounds complicated because I have to explain as I'm playing it. It goes a bit fast, but it's not a hard screen at all. Don't be worried about that one. Especially because even if you messed up, it's not gonna affect anything except losing like a few seconds, like maybe 1 or 2. So, like it's really not that bad of a screen, as it may sound. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that strat. There you go. So I told you guys there's a faster strat with Buster now, so I'm gonna show you this real quick. So basically, the Buster strat needs quite a good mash for it, but you do the exact same thing except that you stay with Buster the whole time. So same thing, jumping from this block, and then we just set up properly the thing. So see, I bonked here and it's still fine. So you fell there. Do this. That was actually quite early, so I gotta press left again. Like, there we go. Oops, that was early right here. It's fine. Time lost, but alright. And all the things is, I mean, all you gotta do here is shoot 3 times, and you wanna have at least 2 shots that hit the shooter guy right here. The point of the strat is to avoid damage, basically. So I only got 1 shot, and you wanna hear the sound. So basically, if you hear 2 shots, you're good. If you hear 1, you're not good. So I'm gonna show you the normal strat. I can actually do the thing. Yeah, that's bad. So you want to shoot as you go up, so 2 shots can hit, but my mash is actually bad right now. Damn, my mash is not good right now. There you go. And basically, I didn't jump out of the top, but you jump out of the top, you hug the wall. You don't want to move, that's the thing. You kill it as you fell down, basically. Oops. It's really really tough to get 2 shots. I'm mashing too early. Oops. Ah. Oh man. I'm not getting your timing down right now, but if you get 1, I'm gonna shoot a back up for it. So you just wiggle like this and you shot twice. Basically that's all there is with this backup. But ideally you want to try to get 2 shots as on the way up. My mash is not warmed up right now as we barely mashed, so not doing it really well. But that's why you want to get a good mash for it. And usually if you don't have a good mash, I don't think that strat's worth it. That's why I'm not having a great time right now. But I can try. I can try to get it. There you go. Ah, I don't know what I'm doing. There you go. Ah, I'm actually going too fast. It's kind of funny. It's like ideally you just don't want to move right. But I don't know why it does not work right now. I think it's because I'm not even sure why actually. There you go. That's just... It's kind of weird. But yeah, difficult strat. So saves half a second if you can do it. Oops. Oops. There you go. Oh, I don't know why I'm getting hit. Normally you don't get hit. I think it's because you don't wanna move or something. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong right now, but yeah, I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, normally you can kill this guy. You shoot twice and you hear the sound, and you can kill this guy. And basically, right after, what happens is as you kill this guy, you also avoid the drops, which is nice if there's one, so you keep walking. And then you can either menu right here, which is not that optimal, because you lose time on movement. But if you can menu here, it's better. So I will menu here for convenience myself. But this might screw you some timing for some people, which it does not really for me, so... Keep in mind you can't menu on the first frame as there's the tank that arrives. So you wanna wait a bit before menuing. And then my setup is pretty simple, so like 1, 2, and I walk a bit. And then there's 2 things you wanna look at. The first one is the... Wait, what? Okay, no, it's good. So 1, 2, you walk a bit, and then you wanna look at this. You see that little dot here? It's pretty much the limit I'm trying to not reach. You want to be on the left side of the tank, as far left as possible. And there's 2 other dots there, and as soon as Mega Man his feet is like, well, basically the whole tank is like aligned with it, I just jump, basically. So 1, 2, I walk a bit, boom, and usually that works. Apparently did not work here. That's kind of funny, but right here. Wait, what? What is happening? Why everything falls apart? I don't know why. It's tutorial time, that's why. But yeah, you can look at this dot, and usually it's a good cue to jump on the left side. You don't want to go early, too, because if you go too early, the tank's not here yet. So that's why I don't walk that much. There you go. Yeah, that was going too early, that's why. 1, 2, walk a bit, wait, and go. There you go. And then you can look, there's 2 cues you can look at to where you can start jump mash for this guy. So you see there's, if you advance a bit, you have this buster here thing of Guts tank, and you have this spike coming up. I use this too, and usually I use also the spike, so like right there, it's a good... As soon as you see the whole thing here, it's usually a good cue to mash, to start the mash. So let's do that. So ideally you want to get 2 jumps, but if you need more, it's fine too. You see how it's a bit early. And I still got it. So 1, 2. There you go. So the good thing about this strat is you don't move as soon as you're on the tank. So that's why it's a good way to jump mash. Like here I just don't, I'm not moving as I mash. And unless you're really slow on the jump, the second one, you won't get hit by the hand. So see, you need to fail the 2 jumps to actually get hit. But yeah, if you have a decent mash, that should not be an issue. If you take damage, simply just deal the shot that are missing and it's gonna be fine. Like let's say I do... Well, I actually messed up because I was too far right. But... let's say I do this. If you need, just take damage and finish him. It's not that much of a time loss. That's what I mean, so yeah. Well, I could not show the WILY 3 strat apparently because my mash was too bad or something. I don't know what's going on with this, but it works, trust me. It's a thing. It's been done before. So, but yeah, it's like a 28 strat. So, again, stick to the quick if you are not comfortable with mashing, basically. But yeah, WILY 4. So right at the start, you can see there's 2 refill possible. If you need item 2 or item 3s. Normally you don't, but in my case, it's actually bad because I have I'm gonna actually purposely kill some of my ammo because I have like too much right there, especially for item 2. That's gonna be bad. So I'm just gonna go to another screen just to get rid of my items. Oops. Well, not that way. But that's because I'm on the practice ROM, so I don't have the correct usage of items. But I guess I can do that later, so it's fine. So right away on the screen, so if you, as I say, if you need items, you can refill item 1, 2, or 3. Ideally you don't because it's actually quite slow to do that. Most likely we'll do some extra menuing and blah blah blah, and it's actually bad. So you can use item 3 right away, and you wanna basically hold up. Usually I just hold up and right for convenience. So as soon as you menu, you just do that. And you wanna place that item 3 to the right. That's why I also hold the diagonal right, up right, because it's, as I said, for convenience, as you need to hold right anyway on the ladder. So as soon as you do that, you wanna place an item. I usually use those 2. Like I place it right here as a queue. So I do, oops, that. And then you wanna go up as fast as possible. You can do this, but you wanna be careful to press left at some point. If you don't hold left, this will happen when you try to do the B up A setup afterward. So that's why you either wanna do the left here before jumping, or you wanna do the left input during the B up A setup. So, well, not like that, but or as you climb to, I guess that also works, yeah. But ideally, I prefer to press left right here and then jump. More convenient to me, and then I do my setup. So yeah, I recommend to just do that. Place it here, press left, and you go. And there you go. It works. Then you do B up A, and normally you should not zip unless you press left or something at some point, which normally you should not do again, so you should never zip in that case. So left, boom, and just A, B up A. You will have to boost this mat no matter what, so yeah. So then here, if you don't want to deal with magic pixels, basically you just do that. Like you go here, and as soon as you reach this, you place an item 3 like this. and you go. The thing with this is it might be, with the boost you might end up too high to place an item, so just climb the ladder in that case. Because I don't think A plus B will, B up A will be worth it in that case, because you will be too high. So just use that. That's the very easy strat. For the magic pixel, you wanna use kinda like this bar, and you kinda wanna also align yourself with this. I usually do, like, you can use this black space in between the two here, but it's around here. So right here, you place A plus B, and you will be good. That's the magic pixel cue for that one. So let's do it again. A plus B, boom. There you go. Make sure to press down again. And now up. There's nowhere in the game you want to press up. So again, it's right here. So next, two things you can do. The easier way is to do B up and A here, and you can just climb the ladder. So that's the easy way. And then you want to make sure to hold diagonal up right, up left, sorry, when you grab this ladder, because if you try to just not do that, you'll really struggle to get the jump, as it's pixel perfect. But thanks to Mega Man 2 bizarre ladder physics, if you just hold up and diagonal left, I mean, if you just hold up, you will get sucked by the ladder. So basically, just holding left and up, you will suck you in the ladder, no matter where you jump. So that's why it's pretty convenient. So if we do the whole room, it will look like this. And then there's a magic pixel you can do here. So ideally, you want to place it slightly early in case you don't want to do that. So right here, so like that, and you also press down again. But if you want to do the magic pixel is pretty early. It's right here. It's like in the black space right here, kinda like after that fourth bar right here, like here. Actually, never mind. It's like right here. I'm dumb. Yeah, it's like you can use this right there. There you go. Misread the cue. But yeah, go there. It's right here. Like this. As soon as you cross it, you can go. Actually, I think I'm too early. It's actually later than that. Yeah, it's actually above it. I'm dumb. I haven't done that one in a bit, so yeah, it's right here. There's this black, this purple thing here, and you want to align with the black space right here, and that works every time. Yeah, sorry about that one. I wasn't sure about this, but yeah, it's right here. It's confusing because it's the only one that's like a little bit off compared to all the others. That's why I got confused there for a sec. But yeah, it's about here. You want to align yourself with this if you want like alignments. Otherwise, I think the black space is a good too. Like right here. Well, it's actually too high this time. So here, yeah, there you go. But yeah, just muscle memory this one. It's hard for me. It's like you don't really look when you do this one at the cue that much. You just go by feel, kinda. So at least that's my case, and I'll never fail it really. That was early. There you go. So yeah, just aim for the 5th bar. Like this. There's one here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6th one. I'm sorry, I'm like not good with this one apparently today. But yeah, you see the pixel. It's right there. So mess around with it. It's not necessary. Again, you can do the non-magic pixel one. There's another magic pixel you can do at the very start. This one is actually risky because you can lose a lot of time missing it. It's after you get the boost, you can actually place one like around here, and if you A plus B, it will just do that. So, and this saves a bit because if you do it fast, it will look like. The thing is, this saves is actually kind of bad. Not gonna lie. We do that again. There you go. So that's how it looks like. So you basically cut any kind of climbing on this ladder, and it saves about 15 to 20 frames if done optimally. So this is where all the time saved can go right there. So So yeah, but it's risky because if you fail it, like I did earlier, you will fail back down. You will lose. Not only you will lose ammo, you also lose like mostly 5 to 6 seconds because it's like really hard to react to missing this item. So that's why, for convenience, I will recommend to do the B up A because there's no way you fail a B up A. Like 99% of the time you will get it. So yeah, that's why I prefer to do that myself too. But if you want to be fancy, you just do this, and if you combine everything, oops, that's Erlang. If you combine everything, it will look like this, and here we go. Alright, so that screen, there's a hole here, and there's a hole here, and there's a hole, right here. So you want to be careful. So the safe strat, you skip the hole here by doing a big jump out of this ladder. So the thing is, with this ladder, you can actually skip the entire ladder with a full jump. And when you reach the top of it, you will hold up and left like this, and you will jump out of it. And you keep holding left the entire time. So you land right here. Like that. Instead of doing something like this. Which is roughly the same. But it's faster to do that. Like, boom. You kind of like use the ladder as a platform. Like as soon as you are on the top, you just hold the diagonal and you press the jump again. You can see my inputs anyway. Like that. And you will land here. So, boom. Then you walk all the way to there. And you can actually walk all the way here. And then you want to just grab this ladder. So, like this. Like that. Then you want to place an item to the left here. So, like when you're about like here, you place an item and you can land on it to get a lot of boost for that screen. It's minor time save, but it's neat. Like that. You can actually place it a bit later, but don't be too late, otherwise you may not save time and it may goes up, especially if you're too late. I'm trying to make the mistake and I can do it, but yeah, basically sometimes you can actually have a higher placement and this will cause issues, but that's usually what you want to do in that case. But it's not the fastest, as shown. There's holes, and you can actually use your hole, those holes to summon a platform in there. So that's what we're going to do. So I do this in a very specific way that works for me. It's not, people have usually different ways to do it, but I kind of go into it and I place it as I jump upward. Some people just like do a jump and the A plus B like this. I don't like this because I feel like it's kind of inconsistent myself, for me at least. It might be consistent, but I'm not good with it. So what I do is I jump off the ladder. I kind of do a bizarre turnaround right here, like that. And as I'm moving upward, like as I go left, I press B. So if I go again, it will look like, no, not like this. Like, I can't even do it right now. Like this. It's what I do. It's usually kind of weird to do from a save state because I'm not used to do it this fast, so that's why I'm missing it right here. But it's not really that bad. Like, there you go. That's how I do it myself. I do like a weird turnaround, and as I'm going up, I'm just placing the item. Like, but if you're too early, this will happen, so be careful. And if you're too late, this will happen too, so. Ah, I don't know why this happens though. There you go. You know, that never happened before when you do a tutorial. It's funny. But yeah. There's also the... if you jump, you can also do a plus B, but I don't really like that strat like that. So yeah. But if you do the thing optimally, it will look like this, and you save about a second. I personally do a slight mash on this ladder because this item may take a bit longer to despawn sometimes. So yeah, see, this one was kind of bad. So yeah, it's actually kind of slow right now. Oops. There you go, it's a bit faster. But yeah, that's how it looks like. If you want to do the optimal strat, this is what it is. Yeah, oh, I didn't press B. Stop mashing in the worst spot. Oops. Yeah, there you go. Alright, so then, jump out of this ladder. Depending on how much item 3 you have. Here I have way too much because I loaded the save state where I had all the ammo, but usually you have way less ammo than that. So I will intentionally lose ammo right there just so you have I have like an actual correct save state. So usually if you've played optimally, you have around 3 ticks going here. So what you want to do is you want to use 2 on the screen. Usually you may have more than 1 tick at the end of this. That's the plan. So you may or not use a tick right here. So as you jump up this ladder like that, you just hug this wall and you A plus B like this. You want to jump as quick as possible so you get so you only use 1 tick. So just like this. So I'm gonna reload my save state because I used kind of too much ammo actually. Because I want to show different strats in case you have more ammo than that. Oh, are you serious, dude? That's kind of funny. I want to have at least 4 ticks so I can show you the strats. Alright, there you go. So, if you have 4 ticks, you do this. And from here, there's a hole here. It's the 3rd one, right here. So, you wanna jump over that one, but you can... The thing is, you can, like, basically stand here still, and you will be good. So, the higher that placement will be, the better. So you just A plus B to be safe. But you also can do a BA, and that also works too. You can save some frames with that. But I will not recommend that one, because it's... you can actually miss this. So just like go here, A plus B, and you go. Well, don't turn back like I just did, but it's just like to show it. Also make sure to hold down as you grab off screen the ladder, obviously. Again, I won't say it ever, but yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, so here if you have 2 ticks, it's actually kind of scary because you actually need 2 ticks to do one of the strats that's coming up later. So if that's the case, you want to try to not waste a tick in that room. But we'll talk about this later. For now, if you just don't want to bother about anything, you just do that. No problem. Just climb, you just climb, you just climb. No problem. Alright? So, if you don't want to use any tick, that's like the best way. Just climb. Climb, climb, climb. You basically kind of skip every ladders, like you jump. You don't want to do this, basically, because that's slow. Obviously, you want to have as little climbing time as possible. So, you just hold up as you're on the top of the ladder with a jump. Like that. And you just try to do it fast. That's basically the plan. There's 2 ways you can place an actual item 3 to skip this ladder. So you can hold left and do this. You wanna hold left because otherwise this item will go to the left, to the right, which is bad. So they usually use a tick. There is an easy way, quote unquote easy, to skip the usage of a tick. You can actually, you see, it's kind of like WILY 1, where you can, if you go high, you can actually place an item like this. And if you go fast, it was like an actual slow here. But if you don't place it too high, you can actually avoid using a tick like that. And you will still get a boost. So... But you need to be a bit fast. But not too fast, because otherwise you may still lose time. You will still get a boost. That's the thing, but... Make sure to not be too slow, otherwise you will use a tick. But you can just do that. And you will still get the boost out of the ladder. And you won't use a tick. But, yeah. So I'm gonna keep that safety, because it's actually good to have 2 ticks going here. It's actually perfect, so... So on this screen, nothing happened. It's a checkpoint room, so you just go. On this room, you want to try to avoid that telly, and you want to deboost. You don't want to do anything here. Just wait. And you will get hit. You don't have to hold left, it's not doing anything. So, just stay here and do nothing. And then you want to jump, like, around... I used the longer spike as a cue right here to jump. Like, right here. It's actually early. It's like a little later than that. Like, right here. Ah. I use a lot by feel, honestly, so that's why it's, like, see, I just, like, measure the distance. I'd never really use a cue here. But you can... I guess you can use, like, the like, right here. It's about right here, after that one. That's why I said that one, but it's about here. If you want to be safe, go later and bong the telly. But that's actually what you want to avoid. Just bong the telly. It's safe, but you take damage, so that's why this might be a problem for later, depending on what strat you go for. But if you really want to... If you're really scared of that room and you can't make this jump, like let's say you keep jumping early if you tried it, or stuff like this, just go really late and just bong the telly. You have like way more iframes than you think, because you can just go all the way here. So it's like you have a lot of time to jump on the telly. So just go here and you will bonk him every time. Safe strat. But if you want to be optimal, try to avoid it by jumping right here. Like that. And you will avoid it. And this is where we have to wait, unfortunately. So we wait for this conveyor to come all the way here, and you can land on it after that. Also, with this ladder, please hold down in the transition. Otherwise, you don't want to do something like this where you drop off the ladder like this. Like it's not scary. Just hold down and it's fine. I'm just saying it because I've seen people actually not holding down as on this transition here. So yeah. Also, you don't want to jump. You want to jump at some point, otherwise you will die like this, which would be kind of sad. And then there's ways you can handle this room. You can not do anything and just wait for the conveyor to go, and that's a thing to do, but it's kind of slow. Then you can use the item 3 we have right now, so you can do something like this. Ooh, nope, not like this. Never mind. Like this. So you drop the item 3 off this, and you jump from here afterward. Also, you can actually, if you want to be optimal, you don't have to wait. That platform goes here. You actually can do this, and that also works. It's a bit risky, but it's fine once you get the timing down. And that's the one tick eye placement right here. So you just want to hug this wall, and kind of like the fast WILY 1 placement. You like do an A, B, and you try to move right as you do it. So as you jump, you do that. So it's like, so you get stuck by the animation. So that will makes you land on the right side of the item, which will makes you get a nice timing to jump off of it, basically. So that's the one tick setup, in case you only have one thing going on in the screen. But otherwise, you can do this if you have 2 ticks. So yeah. And I think that's it. I'm gonna use item 2 here because I have too much. As we saw earlier, normally we don't have actually zipped. Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna use some ticks here just so we can have the normal amount. I just need to find the pixel where we can use some. I think it's right here. No, I need to be further left. Right, sorry. There you go. Alright, one more I think. Alright, perfect. We have 4 ticks here, which is what we want. If by any chance you have 5 ticks, which can happen, it's fine too. I'm gonna show you what happens with 5 ticks. You can jump also out of this ledge to gain speed faster and get on the ladder, by the way. Hold down on transition, place an item here, land on it, and you wait. And you will fall off this on this telly. If you have 5 ticks, it's actually very convenient for that. But it's a bit slow because you gotta wait. So usually that's why you have only 4 ticks and not 5. So with 4 ticks, can I use 1 here? No, I can't. Damn. Gotta go down. I guess I can do that. There you go. This is not a strat, by the way. This is any person strat, so don't do that. Just in case. But yeah, so normally you just hold down, place it, go, and you will land right here. If possible, you kind of want to dodge this this taily, sorry. Oops. Boom, boom. But you can also tank this one, which is pretty safe. Like you go in this mat and you fell down there, and you have a lot of time to do that, so it's very convenient. There's not any Qs you can use, honestly. There's nothing where you need a Q for that, honestly. But you can make this room go a little bit faster. The way you want to do this room faster is by simply placing this item faster, and it's by dropping off like this. And then you can skip this this taily, sorry, and it saves about a second. Usually, the ideal thing to do is if you do that that strat, you wanna menu in that screen, so you don't menu here like I did here. So you menu to item 3 instead, and in this screen you menu to item 2, so it makes the velocity speed goes back to 0. So then you can place the item, and if you fail, just go again, and you might still have the time to pass. You can also land on that ledge I just land on, like this one here, and then go to. It's slower because ideally you wanna just fall straight to the telly right here. But if you land here, then land on this telly, it's also fine. It only loses like 20 frames, so it's fine. Also, you can jump off here. You can do a jump into there instead of falling off. It's actually faster by like a few frames. Oops. And that's the risk of this strat. So if you fell off, let's say you do this. Not this, it's not common. But let's say you fell off the ladder and do this. I actually can't mess it up. Okay, go very late. Like let's say I do this. Or more like this. Ah, I can't even fail it. There you go. So you can actually tank this telly, switch to item 1, and you can place 2. This is an alternative strat actually. You can do this. You can use 2. I don't like this strat anymore because you can actually cause what we call a delay scroll of it. Not really familiar with it anymore. Oops. But yeah, you can do pretty much the same thing with this strat. But it's weird. So ideally, you just keep on item 2, and you just try to place it like this, and if possible, do that. Otherwise, do this. It's fine. There's a bunch of ways. The easy way, as I said, you just hold down, place it, go, bong the stilly right here, and you fell down. And there you go. Alright, I think that's enough for that screen. Alright, so next part, this screen. This screen, as you can see, if you just go there, you won't be able to make it. And normally, in the casual way, you have to wait for the conveyor, but we don't want to wait. So what we're gonna do is we're going to jump off, and we're gonna switch to item 1 right here. And from there, there's a bunch of strats you can do. So you can wait for the conveyor, about right here. And if it's right here, you can jump pretty safely from that spot. So you can do this, and you can do this. So that's a thing that works. You can also do something like this, which works. It's a bit slow, but it works. Like you wait there, and you go like this, and it works every time. And then the very dumb strat, you do A plus B, and you do this, and that's really fast. So you A plus B, and you don't jump at all, basically. A plus B, and you just walk on the platform right here. That's the optimal strat. So feel free to use whatever. Either you use the non-placement item or whatever. So you do that. Either you do this, which is barely slower, or you want to do this and you save even more time. Basically. There you go. So, bunch of different ways. Feel free to use whatever. But yeah. So on this screen, this is where everything matters, because the way you do that screen will affect the boss fight. So first of all, don't use anything else but item 1 or Woodman in this room. Do not use quick, even though it does not really matter anyway. But if you were to use any other weapons and items, use wood and do not use quick, because that's not worth it. Because it will change the hitboxes of the crash bombs. So, and because quick boomerang are like the tiniest hitbox possible, it's not really interesting to use boomerangs. But it does not matter anyway, because the last weapon we use is Quickman anyway. So, anyway, in that regards, it does not really matter. But, the first strat I'm going to show you is the wood strat. So as you fell down here, you menu to Woodman. This is a pretty tight menu, as there's a lot of inputs. But the strat is very convenient, and there's like different ways of doing it. So the baby way for the wood strat, you just rush this guy, jump out of it. You rush this guy and jump out of it. As you exit this like corridor thing, you release a leaf shield, and as he's about to stomp you, you release another one. So right here, and you can't just skip this one entirely. So like this, and as you're about to get into this other corridor, you do the same thing. You're gonna throw one, and you can throw another one very quickly. So let me do it. So boom, 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 and you dodge the last hit. And usually, if you see a drop here, you simply jump over it and you menu back to item 1. Oops, in that spot right here. That's usually where you menu back to item 1. So normally in that spot, you have if you've done the item 2 strat like I just did, we use 3 items wait, sorry, we use 6 items in WILY 1 normally. So 3 on the climb, on the 2 climbs. We use how many we use? We use 1 on that screen, and that leaves you with a few more. And we also use in WILY 2. I forgot about that. So normally you have that amount going into this room. So that leaves you 2 usage to use normally, I think. But yeah, wood strat, you do this. So Let me have a safe state again. Kinda wanna try to kill this guy. That's the optimal way of the wood strat. But yeah, you don't want to be too late. That's the thing. It's kind of tight to do the first one, but once you do that first one, it's fairly easy. Oops, I didn't. But yeah, if you take damage, it's fine. Just go and keep going in the strat. Boom, 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 boom. You can do damage as that first one. It's just a bit tight. I don't remember the timing because I haven't done that strat in a long time, but yeah, basically normally if you do a short hop right here, you can do it. Oops. Oh, almost got it. But yeah, you see the point. It's fine if you take just the damage I just took. You can actually buffer if you need. Like this. Oh, I can't even do my buffer strat properly, it's funny. But yeah, it's just... Dude, I swear it's not that bad, I'm just playing really bad right now. But, like that, there you go. And you can dodge damage. It's really not that bad, I'm just playing really bad right now. But, you see the point. It's really not too bad. But if you're scared of doing that, you just like rush him like this, and it's gonna be fine. But yeah, that's not optimal, as I said. Well, normally, as I said, you don't have that many item ones. I think you have 4. I don't remember. I tried to count earlier, but I don't remember. But we're gonna use Qs for the item 1 strat. Here, there is a good one, this line. And as soon as we reach this one, we wanna jump off this one. So, like this. That was actually too high. You don't want to bong the ceiling. And then you jump. The jump here makes you avoid the bullet, but if you don't care, you can actually take this damage. Oops, I bonged the ceiling. You don't want to bong the ceiling. That's a mistake you don't want to do. But yeah, if you don't care, you can just keep walking after that. Just like that. But ideally, you want to skip that damage if possible. Oops, I jumped too low. That's my bad. Just like that. That's the optimal strat. For this one, same Q, except that it's this one right here. You can actually place it quite late, it still works too. So just like that. So I use that Q I just shown, like right here. And it works every time. And see, it's why, if you want to do this strat, this is why I told you to, if as soon as possible, to get rid of those kind of placements. Because in that case, this is impossible to do it. So yeah. So feel free to do whatever. There's a safer version of this first one too. Like, did I save date it? I used a save date. Crap. Let me go back. Alright, so you can actually do something like this, where you buffer your input like this. And actually, if you just stay here... Oh, I can't... I'm doing... Not even respecting my own cues. If you do this, you can actually dodge the shot. Easily. Like, you buffer... You don't jump out of the item right away, and you walk on it. Which makes you dodge the bullet for free. But it's a bit slower. Just like that. So yeah, if you're not good with the jump, this works too. And this last one is actually a bit tricky because you don't have a lot of window to get there. So he's gonna shoot you twice. So the first one you skip it, and normally if you're too early, you will get hit. You will get hit. I can't even talk. It's kind of funny. But Normally this is what it looks like. You jump out of the first one and you A plus B on the second one and you jump out of the item. You can actually bonk this guy if you need more items. It's fine too, but ideally you just wanna skip it. And if you're too late, this is the worst case scenario, because you may get hit and you won't save any time. But yeah, you can do that. So if we go back, this is the safe strat for the version, and it barely loses any time. But I'm gonna show you both ways. So take damage if you need, otherwise just do that. And there you go. And if we do the fast version, where we jump right away and skip this damage, not like I just did right here. There you go. We'll save a few frames, but you will see that the time save is really minor. Oops. You don't want to jump that low. So there you go. And there you go. And see, 1255. I only lost like 8 frames, so it's really not that bad. So yeah. 1255, not 255. But yeah, whatever. Alright, so for Boobeam, I'm gonna start off by doing the wood strat, because this is what we are going to start with. So I'm gonna just save state right here, as I want to keep that save state for later. But yeah. Oops, I didn't switch to wood. So let's do wood strat again. So let's take damage from this guy. And take damage from that guy. So, boom, 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 boom. So we'll switch back to item 1, jump. Didn't jump, but it's alright. Okay, so what we want to do here is we want to go up as soon as possible. So my safe strat I will recommend to you is to bonk this ceiling and just press B. And normally this will give you a good placement so you can safely land on the item and go to the top. So this is what I will do. So boom, boom, boom. Just like that. So you bonk your head, place the item, go on it, go at the top. So that's a very safe strat. So if we do the whole fight with this, place an item right here, go up there, you menu as soon as the item disappear, and this is probably the hardest part of this fight right here, is you wanna place the crash bomb like this. No, not like this. That's actually a mistake you don't want to do. You want to do this, and go to the top. If possible, do not deboost like this, because you will lose health. But you will have to take damage anyway, so it's fine. If you just rush him, you will mostly never fall off. But if you want to be optimal, you want to do this and go back down. Because then it's possible to dodge those shots by going to the right as soon as possible. If let's say you do this, you can time your jump right here so that the shots goes away. Like that. So you don't have to take that damage. But it's fun if you take that damage. So you can just go there. Kill this one. Go there. Fall here. Try to set up the double. If you can't, it's fine. With wood strat, you don't have to bother about it. And you finish the fight at the top. So that's the very safe strat. I will give it to you right there. Thanks to the wood strat, you can actually set up pretty much whatever you want, and this setup will give you double most of the time. See, it's thanks to wood strats. Wood strats are pretty broken for that. But ideally, try to keep it as close to the middle as possible, just like this. It's not like that will not worked in normal case situations, but just for this specific scenario, try to keep it as close to this block as possible, simply because sometime. I'm not gonna go in deep because it's gonna take me a while to explain it, but basically keep in mind that because we're using item 1, the wood hitboxes could be reset sometimes, and this wall might not be doubled sometimes. So be careful about that. And if you want to go a bit fancy, we can do damage transfer. So let me show you what that means. So if we just do the beginning like we did, so we fail the damage. You can kill this one or this one first, does not matter, honestly. I think killing this one is actually faster first. But the thing is, you will take damage, so be careful. I'd say it's safer to go here just because of the damage, but feel free to do whatever. So for the damage transfer, you kill this wall. For the safe one, you try to place it as low as possible, and you go down there. So what happens is you want to place a crash bomb slightly above, and you want to fail on it, like kind of like brush the wall, and you want to go down as fast as possible after that, because otherwise, if you're too slow, this won't work. And that's why you want to kind of like jump out of that ledge here, like and without touching this one. So because the higher this crash bomb will be, this first might not work, but this damage transfer might fail. In most cases that will work if you're fast enough, but ideally if this bomb is low. See here, I missed the bomb cycle because I hit this ledge here. So but if you miss it, just place the crash bomb. And also you want to make sure to like brush the wall, otherwise this won't work. And see, it still does not work. This setup is a bit wonky because it's kind of like sub-pixel based, depending, because the crash bomb will never be in the same spot, and it kind of depends on that. So that's why this is a bit like weird. There is a second way you can actually set up this. I'm gonna load my save state. You can actually set up this at the top by doing 2 taps there. But the thing is, because we haven't killed this left guy, it's a bit complicated. We'll use it for an extra a strat later, because there's a bunch of other strats I can show in this room. But let's kill this guy. Don't do that, that's kind of dumb. Oops. Please jump. Take damage. You can take damage on this on a specific pixel to get damage transfer too, but with the safe strat it will not cover that. Because if you just take damage here, you will fail because there's this one, like this guy right here that's still here. So if we recap, just do this, go down, try to avoid the damage. If not, it's fine. Kill this one or this one. Fell down right here. Try to aim the middle, but it's fine if you don't. And try to set up damage transfer. I messed it up, so it's fine. Just go here and just mash this guy. So a baby version, that's gonna be this. If we go slightly faster with Woodstrap, we want to set up the item one a little bit faster. So I need to make another save state for that. Oops. So boom, boom. So see, there's a drop here, so we switch back to item one quickly. Sorry about that. So what we want to do is we want to try to set up this placement as fast as possible. Basically, this is the next step. So you want to place it quite high, so despawn as early as possible, so we can rush this guy up there. So with Woodstrap, the only thing that will change is how we handle this double wall right there at the end, and it will make it mostly easier for the most part. So this double tap at the very start will be important because it will make the item placement like correct most of the time. If you don't feel comfortable with it, you can just walk off and do that. And normally you should be able to jump off. And that's why it's nice to, if you want to be safe, to have an extra item. Because let's say you place it too high or miss it, like I just did right here. You can just do this and go back and just back up like this, and go back to the top. And then you can just kind of just improvise to go up there and kill the wall. There's no real good strat after that, to be honest. So just like kind of YOLO it. But if it works, you just do this most of the time. 1, 2, and this, you don't have to be that late too. It can be early, and ideally you want to stop moving as soon as you place the item too. You stop holding right, like that, and you see I almost never fail it, and it's still good. 1, 2, still good. As long as the item despawn and you're able to land on it, you're good. So if you can practice this and do this, you're gonna be good. 1, 2. 1, 2. Really not that bad. It sounds risky, but if you have an extra item too, it's really not that bad. So let's go. So 1, 2. Then you wanna menu here as you jump, and you wanna switch to crash. And if possible, you don't want to aim for this capsule, like I just did right here, but you want to aim for the block. Because then the crash bomb will explode faster. Just like that. So see, so the crash bomb will land in the block, like around here, instead of right here in the wall. That will make the crash bomb explode faster, which means that when we go back here and set up this crash bomb that I just failed, it could be easier. So we go here. Ideally you want to be right here. You see there's a tile here that's delimited by this like thing here. I don't even know what that is, honestly, but there's a tile here where you can stand on. This is pretty much my cue for it to be good. See, there's like the whole Mega Man feats in there. Then you can just jump off and just go to the top. And this is important to do that right. And my cue to place this crash bomb, you wanna hear the bomb explosion. So let's do that again. So see, it's like the crash bomb makes a sound. It's like it's like this last sound of the crash bomb explosion is my cue for it. So oops, didn't land on it. So and see, it works every time. It's like you wanna hear, if the bomb land on the block, like I just did right here, you just wanna hear the bomb explosion, last sound, and that's the cue for you to jump and place the crash bomb. Because if you go too early, the bomb will be still exploding and you won't be able to place the crash bomb. That's all you want to do right here. And for this, I use, as I said, the sound. It's like this last sound. It's hard to. I'm trying to like imitate the sound, but it's actually kind of hard. But let me show you. Oh, it kind of got ruined by the capsule. Now, see the at the end, like this like shit sound. That's what we want to use to jump at the top. So let me do that again. Just like that. See? It's like this last is your cue to when you need to jump. Your audio cue. That's what I use personally, and it works like every single time. So then at the top, you don't want to stand there and do nothing, obviously. You want to set up a damage transfer by tapping. You want to hug this green wall at the top, and then you want to like tap left for 1 pixel or 2, I think. 2 works too. But ideally, you just hug the wall, tap left twice, and that will work. So... double left tap. I did it quite fast because you don't have a lot of window. And what this will do is it will set up you for the damage transfer we're going to do down there. The fast damage transfer. There's a couple of ways to set up this transfer. If you want to be actually slower, you can actually waste an entire cycle on it. Oops. Like instead of placing this crash bomb, you actually can go right away to the top and like just like that and do the setup. So that's a bit of a safer version if you want. But yeah, it's like you can set up the transfer that way. So you just do the thing, and instead of placing the crash bomb, you just do that. But that loses like 3 seconds, so that's why we want to do that. Double left tap, and then we go back down. We kill this one, and this is where there's also a variance here. So that variance, basically, you can go here right away and set up this crash bomb. And then we want to just rush this guy ASAP. And you don't want to take damage too. If you take damage, damage transfer is dead. So that's why you don't want to take any extra damage there. So the why I'm waiting on the top is because you can have a safe dodge, basically. So you just like go on the pixel here and you wait that. You see the Boobeam here kind of flickering here. It's the cue to when you need to go down, basically. And that gives you a safe dodge. It loses about 1 second. So if you do that, you just do this and you rush. But the thing is, because of wood strat, you want to delay a bit that jump because the wall explodes so fast that you need to delay. And see, it's still too fast. I think my setup might be wrong. That's maybe why it does not work right there. Okay, if you want to be fast, you just go there and try to time. Kind of like the... just like the... I have a... Yeah, just like the first placement, like right there. It's the same thing. It's always that placement that I use. And usually, it gives you a good placement. But ideally with wood strat, what you want to do is you don't want to do a perfect placement. This will work. But I think my setup might be wrong at the top. So let's do it again. It's like if you don't do the double tap properly, it doesn't work. That's why maybe it's wrong. So let me do it again. There you go. This should be right. Oops. Well, that's fine, I guess. It still has not worked. This is why I don't like this setup with wood strat, because it does not work very often, I feel like. Yeah, I don't know. I did something wrong with wood strat. But yeah, if it does not work, you can back it up. Basically, you just do that, like I did earlier. And it still does not work. I'm getting scammed by the game right there. Nothing works. But that's why wood strat is bad for damage transfer, because it messes everything up. It's really bad for damage transfer. But you still get a 19 very easily with this. But yeah, feel free. Yeah, I don't even know why it does not work too. It's so weird. It should work normally. But yeah. Damage transfer is weird. That's why wood strat kind of messed everything up. But this is not the fastest way of handling this fight, because You see the double wall is very easy to get. Like even if I place the crash bomb like this, it will give me double wall. Like this is the power of with strat. That's kind of broken. So that's why when we use the normal strat with item 1, which is this one, this does not work because we don't have this advantage of the wood strat. We have the normal crash bombs, and so it makes that this placement here is now a 2 pixel window. So again, we can wait at the top and do that, and that will work this time. So you can do that. Oops, too early. Or you can just go just like I did with my Q earlier, and that gives around 17 to 16. So the way this works, so there's 2 pixels you can get for this. So that's the last pixel possible, the first one I mean, going down. So you can do that one. I'm trying to get the second one. And that's the second one, just like that. Those are the 2 pixels you can get the bomb on to be good, with both damage transfer and the double wall. Double wall is probably more important than damage transfer, honestly. But yeah. Oops. So you don't want to be too late. If you're too late, you miss the bomb explosion cycle, and this does not work. And if you're too early, it kind of does the same result as... Oh man. There you go. Oops. And you don't want to get hit, as I said earlier. Oops. Come on. Usually if you just do 2 jumps, it works every single time. But yeah, there's a way you can be too early. Like if you time the jump like absolutely perfectly. Also keep in mind that if you place the crash bomb too high, let's say you do this. No, that's too low. If you do that, damage transfer could still work. So go for it, even if you miss that double wall. It will not work if it's too low, but you can go for the bottom one. But it's tight. Like that. So yeah, that's the backup if you need to still get damage transfer somehow. You can get it at the bottom too. So yeah. Yeah, that's the whole thing behind damage transfer. It's kind of, you need basically to summarize, to not take damage after you take damage up there, to get the double tap setup. So there's the 2 ways I've showed you. You can do the safe way or the hard way, or you can just like go. Wait, no, you just go down there, and depending on how you feel with the bullets damage avoid or whatever, like avoiding damage basically, you can either wait there, go down after 1 second, or you can just go right away and save 1 second. So it's all there is to say. I'm not gonna just show every possible version of this fight because there's too many. And I don't have all the save state set up, but basically those are the 3 major I will recommend pretty much, because I don't think this double placement I showed earlier at the start is that bad to learn, and it takes some time to get used to, but once you have this down, you're gonna fly in this fight. So yeah, that's the whole thing with Boobeam. I could show you one more time all the strats. Do I have a save state? I do. So, just so again, baby strut, you bonk your head and do that. Go there, go to the top, do this, go back down. Jump to try to avoid the damage. If you don't, it's fine. Kill whatever you want. Don't fall though. No, don't do that. Let me make a save state just so we good. Oops. So baby strat, you go there. Switch to crash, go up there, go down. Try to dodge damage. If you can't, it's fine. Then you wait. Try to get double wall. And try to set up damage transfer. If you don't get it, it's fine. But that should give you about 20. Then we can do the safe damage transfer. That gives you a faster placement, so you do that. Except that you go at the top, double tap, you wait, go down. Kill this one. You don't want to get hit there though. And then there's the two ways. I didn't hug the wall. You wanna hug the wall with this. There you go. Oops, I'm not used to that placement, so kind of missing out right now. But take damage there. There you go. You do that. You go down. Place that bomb. And you will get a transfer. So that's the save damage transfer. That's faster than the save strat. And then you have the big boy strat. When you wait for the crash bomb. Oops, took damage. Oops, that's too early. And even if you're too early, you can actually back up again, by the way. And you just replace it right away afterward. But yeah. As long as you don't take damage, you can still transfer. Damage transfer. There you go. And there it is. That's pretty much all the strats I can show you there. So we can go on and talk about this for a bit, but that gives you a nice straight-up strat. This first placement in particular is not so bad. The game is pretty lenient to short taps. Like if you just go here and tap left, like even if there's lag, you don't have to go that fast for it. So yeah, it's not so bad. I don't think I made a save state. Well, I guess we're doing it again. Oops. Well, I messed it up. I was too slow this time. So if you messed up, you just do that. And that only lose like 2 seconds. Alright, let's go. Refight. So the 2 routes you can do in refight. There's 3 actually, but I'm only gonna show 2 here because I only know how to do those 2. So you can start with quick or with crash, and then you can switch to. It depends on whatever you want to do. If you do, I think if you want to use heat on wood, it's probably preferable to use air right away on this guy, because it's the only time you will use it. So then you switch to quick. So, and then you can use heat on wood. That way. But ideally, you don't use it here, because it's just because normally you go here with air. But normally, after you switch to Buster, you stay with Buster. You just do you do crash, you do air, quick. Sorry, quick is here. Then you do air, then you do heat, then you do wood, then you do metal here, and you finish with flash. You always finish with flash no matter what. But if you want to use the air strat, so that's this one on wood. I will go into more details, don't worry. I'm just showing the stuff. You can use air, and it's actually faster if you do it well. If you want to do this, you probably want to stay Buster at the start. So you use it here, and then you use air twice. But let's start with Crash. So, if you've seen the first thing I saw about it, you can use the same strat as I shown in Crash fight, pretty much. So you just jump at the start, and depending on what he does, you either jump into him or you just shoot the second shot. So it's just reaction at this point. So and if you take damage, it's fine. It's so quick that it does not really matter that much. I tried to get a second pattern. If he does that, if he does the long jump, you need to hold right. If he doesn't, you don't do anything. Because if you don't hold right, if he does the high jump, you basically will not get teleported as you take damage. So even if you take damage, you wanna, even if you messed up this the low jump, what I mean is you wanna press right, because compared to the Crash fight and the stage, you're not like sticking to a left wall. You're like a few pixels away from it. So that's why if you take damage, you wanna hold right and jump, of course. So you can get there quicker into the teleporter. That's the plan. So like that. Or if I'm actually trying to get the high jump again, you don't want to be too late. That's why it's kind of messed up right now, because I'm trying to get a different pattern. But yeah, you've seen it anyway. There you go. If this happens, you just A plus B and you all diagonal upright, and that'll do. So if you do the wood strat, heat strat on wood, then you switch to Buster, and then we are talking about this guy. So this guy is as a whole little nightmare. It's a lot of bad reactions. So again, it works the same as it works in the stage. It only can do, it can't do more than 3 jump. It can't, sorry, do more than 3 jump at once. So if on the third action, that's like 1 jump, 2 jump, 3 jump, it will rush. It's like it can't do more than 3 jumps. So on the 4th action, it will always rush at you. So that's what we are going to use here. Especially, we want to get we want to take advantage of this rushing thing he does, because here it's actually really useful as it's a straight line. It's not like the stage where there's like stair everywhere. Here it's like straight, so we can actually take advantage of this. And this is a low pattern, which is usually not so bad in refight, because you can get a free shot right away. Like you can basically do A plus B. Well, more like A, B, sorry. So you can actually shoot him. And then depending on what he does, you want to make him go to the right. So usually when he goes back, it's like he's like 1 or 2 shot away from death, so you can just wiggle to kill him, and you go into the teleporter after that. So let me try to show you that. Oops, messed up the first shot. So I kind of messed up there, but ideally you just want to get as much shot as possible when he goes to the right. Just like that. If you can avoid the damage, it's nice, but it actually can help you to take the damage here, because then you're into his high frames. So when you do that, you can just go into him and do a lot of shots. So, but that's with the low jump. So I'm gonna try to get another one without the low jump, because I can show you what you can do with other patterns. So that's high jump. There's a lot of high jumps. If he jumps high, that's actually bad, because you won't get as much time to get more shots on the right. And also a thing about refight is if you kill the boss on the teleporter, do not panic on picking the drop, because you actually won't pick it up. I'm gonna try to manipulate that so he does that. Okay, go here. So you can do this, and you won't pick up the drop after only some time. So if you're fast enough, you should be able to rush the teleporter before picking up the drop. So if any case, if he dies on the teleporter, don't panic. And if you don't want to get the drop from him, just like rush. And if you want the teleporter, you wait a bit, and then you go. That's all there is to it with that. But yeah, you basically want to try to always shoot once in case he low jumps. I actually missed it. Ideally, you want to avoid the second damage like I just did here. But it was still somewhat fast. It's a very annoying fight. It can really lose you a lot of time. So ideally, as I said, you want to get like a mid jump. I guess it's pretty easy, like that. Oops. And the thing about this, I already talked about this earlier, but it works the same. Is like if you're on the right side of him, he will rush you to the right. If you're on the left side, he will rush to the left. Like that, also the same thing. So it's just about manipulating this into a left kill, usually. Just like that. But yeah, you have to practice this fight. It's not that much different of the stage. It's a bit, I think it's a bit harder to deal with, but yeah, it's there's not much I can tell about this, honestly. Like, it's just the main strategy, as I said, is just to deal as much shot as possible to the right side and try to make him rush to the right side. Like, not like this, it's actually not good. And sometimes he can do this like little throwing animation, and it's still unsure what it does. Well, I mean, what it happens. I mean, why it happens, sorry. But yeah, just try to kill him as much, as fast as you can while trying to go back to the teleporter. That's the main strat. But yeah. So next, depending on what strat you go for, we're gonna go with the first I shown first, which is the crash one. So let me do that real quick. Okay, so now, if you do the heat strat on wood, you want to go right here. So you just, as you exit this, you go there, and then you fall there. And then with this guy, we want to check what he does before doing anything. So if we are on Buster, we're just gonna check what he does. So if we see this pattern, we want to switch to wood, because it saves like 3 seconds for free. So, did not save state? Oh, I didn't save it. Ah, damn it. Well, I guess we're gonna do the beginning of refight again. That's fine. So, right, that's the high jump pattern. So we switch to Buster. We fight quick. That's the high jump. That was not good. And usually if you are in this situation, by the way, if you kill him on the left side, try to wait that he jumps before actually finishing him, because otherwise the drop will be in your way, which is not good. So, but oh yeah, all right, let's go to Airman and see what he does. So that's again the God pattern. That's actually kind of funny. So we don't do anything this time, but we switch to wood about here, and we just like pretty much mash, and this will one-shot him. It's pretty powerful. And then we go at the top, and as we go here, we switch to bubble right there. So but that's the only case where it happens. It's only a 20% chance to get this pattern, and it saves 3 seconds over the other patterns on average. But that will not happen every single time, and most of the time you will get something like this. And as much as you can, just try to get a 2 cycle. So it's kind of the same thing in the stage, except that it's a little harder because we can't really have extra shot at the very start. So we just hope for good patterns here. So if we get this, we just try to get shots into out of the tornado. I'm getting really bad patterns here. That's actually pretty hilarious, but yeah, that's the worst pattern because you can't dodge the damage. And yeah, basically you just try to get a 2 cycle. A thing to know is if you get a good pattern, don't try to kill him too fast. Like if you get too much shots on him, like try to slow down your shots so the boosts you faster to the teleporter. That's why you don't want to like mash this guy too here, ideally. Those patterns are disgusting though. Not playing really well too, honestly, but ideally you want to try to get a 2 cycle, which I'm not getting here. Oh man, Airman is not kind today. That will happen a lot, and this is bad because if you get 3 cycle, you probably will take damage a lot, which will prevent you to do some of the strats later on. So it will make the refight a lot more annoying because you have to be way more careful. So alright, can we try to get like an actual good pattern so we can actually have a decent example of a good fight? Alright, there you go. Well, that was the God pattern this time, so I kind of blew it because I wanted to show a good fight. But see, it's still somewhat fast with 2 cycles, so imagine that was a decent pattern. But normally you try to look at for this pattern to switch to wood. That's why you don't want to shoot at the start. So see here, I purposely stopped shooting a bit to just try to get the boost of Airman's push to go to the teleporter. That jump was bad at the end though, but usually I just jump because you get to the teleporter right away. But alright, I think that's all with Airman. It's honestly just a jerk and sometime in, yeah. So if in that case you don't switch to bubble, by the way. So I'm also pretty low, which is kind of bad. Let me try to get a better... Man, this guy hates me, I swear. I just can't get good patterns. Those patterns are really bad. Let's call the legacy pattern. Okay, that was the God pattern that I kind of wasted, but... But yeah, I don't want to take damage there, if possible. Okay, well... Fine. Alright. So here we stay on Buster. If you have the wood shell pattern, stay with bubble. The reason why we stay on Buster this time is because it does not really matter for that first shot. it just goes faster to him as bubble sprays a bit slower, so yeah, it's just that. The fight is pretty much the same, other than that. Just try to finish him on the left side, nothing to talk about. Oops, that was not good, but yeah. Shoot once. You can actually buffer shots and refight, I forgot to talk about that, so you just press B there to get first frame possible. And there you go. If you feel not comfortable with this version, you can also do this. When you just go here and do that, and there you go. So feel free to do whatever in this fight. It's pretty much the same as the heat stage, except that you kill him on the left side this time. So yeah. So next is Woodman. So if you use heat strat, you just switch to heat from here, and you hold the B, starting the fight. And you want to dodge. You don't want to move. You want to dodge this, and you release, and you should be good. And then you switch to metal, and you go to bubble. But that's only if you use the heat strat. If you want to use wood strat, it's a bit different. I didn't save it. Oops. Let's do it again. So normally that's not the correct order. So I already talked about the order. So if you use air strat on this guy, you don't want to do this order. You want to do it way earlier in the refight. You want to do it after you do crash in that case, and you don't want to do quick first in that case, as I said earlier. So if you do that strat, I'm gonna show it here. So you do a full jump at the start, and then you A plus B there, but you want to wait that. You don't want to wait that the things appears, like now. But you don't want to be too far right. The cue for it is like this, for me, is this line here. So you do full jump. And then you go backward. And normally that gives you 2 shots for free. So, A plus B. And there you go. I messed up my shot. You don't want to go too early. That's the thing too. And the last shot. Like that. And it works. So... full jump, you wait here and you pause until the leaves appear at the top, and you A plus B into him. Just like that. And the last shot, you can do it anywhere, and you just want to avoid the damage, so the earlier the better, pretty much. Just like that. So this is actually faster to do it that way than the heat strat. So yeah. So feel free to do that. There's also a faster version, and I don't even know how to do it exactly, but you can shoot this guy twice right away. It's called task food, but it does not really save time in normal because you gotta go back. It only saves you time from the turnaround. But you can basically shot twice at the very start. But I won't show off that there because I don't really know how that works myself. Oops. But yeah, as long as you can get this, it's totally fine. Oops. Yeah, I'm jumping too early there. There you go. Alright. But that's it with this strat. But normally you don't do this in this order. I can show you both orders after we're done. Without me talking. So then you switch to Metal Man and you go here, and then this ending is gonna be the same. So with this fight, you don't want to A plus B right away. You don't want to buffer B at all, because if you get one jump, you will one bubble, sorry, you will miss the shot. So in that case, you want to do like a kind of like a flick. You hold A and you flick the B afterward to make sure to get the first shot, no matter what pattern you get, like that. So the pattern is high enough, so you get it, and afterward, it's just like try to go as fast, and it's gonna be fine. Keep in mind that bubbles will lose you. They will matter way less in refight. For the simple reason that there's less lag apparently in this, which is kind of weird. There's still the water, which kind of gives you the same bizarre physics, so it's still laggy, but it's not as laggy as the bubble fight because there's no spikes. So yeah, so depending on what pattern you get, this is the only thing you're gonna know. It's just the same. Just make sure to not press B right away, as I said, because this won't work every time. So just press A and then B. And normally that will work. That was too high there, but just like that. That's usually what you want to get. Let me try to get a different pattern. I didn't save data, but that's alright. Let's do heat strat, which is the route I'm doing right there. This one. I didn't save data. Hopefully I get something other than 3 bubbles. See? That's the perfect example. If you hold B here, you will see I missed a shot. That's the 1 bubble. Missed a shot. That's why you wanna like do an A-B flick, kinda like this. So then you can optimize this fight a bit, but usually you just stay there and it's totally fine. But if you miss a shot, that's ideal to... Damn, I keep going early because I'm pressing B early. It's really easy to miss shot with the 1 bubble actually, so that's why you want to kind of jump high. Like that. It's the only one where you want to just shoot diagonally, because normally the other 2 you shoot them really fast. And if you miss it, like honestly it's fine. You lose like 20 frames, so it's like fine. So yeah, do whatever. I'm bad. Oops. Not really good right now with this fight, but you can also do this when you take damage intentionally, but yeah, that's not ideal. Like that. Alright, next, Middleman. Not much to talk about this one, just jump, shoot 3 times, and you will get it, no matter what pattern you get. And you don't move, you just stay there, and you don't do anything. It's like you jump, shoot 3 times, and you will get it, like every single time. Like no problem. And flash. Flash, you buffer the first shot. Easy, no problem. It's really not a hard fight. It's like B, jump, bum, bum, bum. No problem. This fight's free. Like 1 down, 1 up, 1 down, 1 up. I went slowly just to explain, but you want to just do that fast. There you go. Nice and easy. You can be really even faster if you want. Save a couple of frames, but yeah. It works. So if we recap the order, so if you want to do the heat strat, we do air here, then we switch to Buster to deal with this guy. Not a great fight, but it works, whatever. Alright, and we do Airman. Look for the pattern. That's bad, so we just keep Buster. We just try to not get destroyed, but whatever. 3 cycle, kinda slow, but keep going, then we go to Heat. Buffer first shot. Nope, switch to Bubble. Not quick. Oops, that's actually really bad. Then we switch to Heatman, Buffer. Then we switch to Metalman. That's an unfortunate damage, but it's alright. Then we go to metal. And it's the same. And finish with flash. So that's the safe order, I'd say. Now if we do the fast one, or like the faster one, we go to quick first. I'm not getting good fights with quick right now, but oops, I actually missed him. That's pretty funny. Then we go to not heat, but we go to air. And then we go to wood. Oops. Messed it up, but it's alright. Then we go to airman. We wait for the pattern. Okay, that's bad. So if that's a god pattern, it's only one switch on the menu. And if it's bad pattern, you switch to Buster. And ideally, you try to get 2 cycle, but I'm not getting good patterns right now for that, so kind of getting destroyed. So then it's almost the same thing. We go to Bobble. And then, except this time, we don't switch to Heat Man, but we switch right away to Metal Man. The menu for it, by the way, it's like 3 down and 2 down. So the menu is actually a bit easier that way too. There you go. And then it's the exact same thing. So the thing is, ideally you want to have more health. So I'm gonna show you the baby machine fight because I don't have health for it right now. But here's what you want to do with the damageless version of it. So you want to hold left at the very start. And then as soon as you reach the left, you basically hold up right diagonal and you're just gonna mash. So you're gonna do this, and you wanna jump at some point to dodge that bullet. Because if you just stay here, you will take damage by the bullet, which is not good. Like that. And that's something you wanna avoid. So you don't want to take damage by this bullet. So you're just gonna jump straight up and shoot a few more. There's 2 ways you can do this. You can either jump straight up and mash and finish him like this, or you can do this, where you just you don't shoot during on the way up, but you shoot on the way down with diagonal. So, and that's actually a bit easier for me to match that way. So it's about preference for that one. So you go left, mash. I'm jumped too late. You also want to jump kind of high, because if you jump too low, you will get hit again. So make sure to jump somewhat high. But not too high, because if you jump too high, you will bonk the capsule. So be careful with that too. You want to like stop holding red at some point. There you go, and then just go to the left and mash. That's all there is to it. If you feel bad with mashing and you have crash bombs, you can do the crash bomb strat. For the crash bomb strat, you shoot a bit metal blades at the start. Then you switch to crash, and you want to shoot low as Wily is going backward like this. Because if he goes forward, the crash bomb will not work. So that's what you want to do with it. So blah 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 blah. Switch to crash. No, not flash. So blah blah blah. Switch to crash bomb and boom. And then you wait that he goes backward again. And you want to shoot like around here. Not here like I just did. Nah, stop switching to flash. There you go. And you want to wait that he goes backward, basically. Oh, what? Come on. So, blah blah blah. Switch to crash. Boom. And then you wait. And you don't jump that bad. I'm playing really bad right now. Boom. And then there you go. So that cut the mash if you were really bad with mash. Or you feel just bad with it. But sometimes this might save more time than just using the blade. But the thing is, you need to have successfully got double wall, and you also need to have the damage transfer. So to do that strat at least. So if you don't have 2 crash bomb remaining at the end of WILY 4, that's a strat you cannot do. So yeah. So well, I'm gonna show you a strat that you can also do with this. If you can mash really well, it's actually nice to have it. You can also do it if you have health. So I don't know what that save state is, but we're just gonna go back just a sec. Oops. Okay. So I'm gonna E-tank there just to have enough health, because I don't think I have enough. Alright, so imagine I have like more health than that, and I can match really fast. So you can do something like this, except that you can't actually kill this without moving, so it will push you backward. So there's 2 ways you can do this. You can either go... that's the only way I can do it, because I don't have to move while mashing, so my mashing could be faster. But basically, you do just that. You shoot until the ball is about to arrive, and as the balls arrive, you switch to... Usually you want to switch grip for it. At least I need to switch to claw grip for that. And I shoot straight at the top. And usually because you jump straight up, you have a little bit more time to keep the last few shots. So here my match was a bit slow, so I was like 1 shot away. But that saves about 50 frames if you do it properly. So yeah, just so you know, this is up there. So if you miss it, just do that. And you just finish it. And there you go. So, right away on WILY 6, the last stage, you may need to bobble right away. And then you just hold the right. Just hold the right. Hold the right, hold the right, hold the right, all the way, all the way. As long as you hold the right, you won't get hit by those things here, by the way, so you're safe. There's nothing happening here. You won't ever miss that, unless you really don't know what you're doing. So, there's a slight optimization you can do at the very end. You just need to know where to jump, like there. And this is it. As I said, there's like 1 optimization you can do if you're feeling a bit dumb and fancy. Oops, what the hell is that jump? Oh, okay. So, last 3-1, there's 1 here. Instead of, like, you can't fall off there, but as we already know multiple times, you can actually bonk the ceiling to gain speed. So, you can do that. Not that, actually lost time because I clipped the ledge. But you can actually get the jump here and save like 5 frames or something. But the risk is to bonk this, so... 5 frame time loss versus bonk, so feel free to try that if you want, if you feel fancy, but yeah, you need to do that. So yeah, that's the only risky thing you can do here. But usually you just walk off and it's fine. So especially if you're on pace, that's not something I would recommend on PB pace, because you don't want to take damage here. That's actually really bad. And here we go, last boss. So There's two ways you can handle the first phase. You can just the first phase, sorry. This guy takes 14 shots to kill. So the version I have right there will be glitched because I use a practice run where it's like a bit bugged that I modify for it. So don't pay attention to all the numbers. But ideally it's the same. You just go to the right and you just mash as fast as you can. So that's the first way of doing this, but I don't recommend it because you won't get that many shots unless you have like a very static mash. But usually what's better, you just double jump. Like you do a first hop, and on the second hop you double shot, and as you fell straight down you stop holding right. That's important because you don't want to move during the jump, the second jump after that. So it's like 1, 2, and you stop moving, and then you can mash from here. I only shot once because I wanted to show you, but yeah, basically 1, 2, double, and then you mash from here. That's how you do the first phase, and then you go back. But usually you can get 5 shots pretty easily with this, like 1, 2, boom, 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 boom. You don't need a crazy mash to get 5 shots. Like 5 shots should be what you get every time. Or 4, but 4 is actually not great. But if you have a really good mash, you should be able to get more than 5 consistently, like 6 or 7. I got 6 here. And then there's 2 ways you can do this. From here, that is. So okay, so you can wait and finish in like that. So that's good because you can just do 2 straight jump and you won't take any UG. So it's like UG free the whole time you mash this. So that's why this is a good strat. But if you want to be a bit faster, you want to take that damage early. So you want to jump into it basically instead. So that. But that, if you miss a shot, you may get a hug. So you want to be careful with that. But it's a bit faster too if you can have a good mash with it. Oh man, can't even mash right now. What is happening? You can't mash. But yeah, 1, 2, boom. There it is. But yeah, so that's the 2 main ways. You can also kill him from the right side too as well. From the middle, sorry. So, I'm not sure how exactly that works. I've seen people do it. Like you take damage here, and then you do that. I've seen people do that too. I don't really like that strat, but that also works if you need. And if your mash is really well, I can't do that strat, but I'll only show you what you can do with it. Is you can, if that's only if you have a very, very good jump mashing. Basically, if your mash is really good, you can kill him right there with this strat. I don't have that mash, but if your mash is good, you can also do that. And you will be able to kill it. I won't, because my mash is too bad, but yeah. That saves a bit, but yeah. But ideally, if you want to be safe, and if you have, especially you don't have a great jump mash, you can so do something like this. You wait, and that gives you a bunch of time to get the 9 remaining shots. So yeah, I think that's it. I think we're good. And with that, you should be able to get 3 cycle. Also, if you miss the cycle, by the way, just thinking of it before we go. Like I said, I mash really bad. Like I have this. You don't have to take damage here. You can finish it like this. Take damage only if you have really more than 3 shots remaining. Like let's say I get only 2 shots here, and Not a lot here. Well, I still got the same, but... You can dodge that bullet. You don't have to take damage, because taking damage will lose you more time. I will show you that. I got 7 here. Oops. Well, I did the same. Because I took the hug. But, well, you see what you can do when you take a hug, also. I'm mashing bad intentionally here. Alright, so yeah, well, that's not what I wanted to show. It's hard to, like, manipulate your mash to mash bad, but... Alright, so let's take the damage here. That's the one you want to take damage on if you want to take damage, because people usually take damage after that one. Like, I've seen people just dodging... No. They dodge this bullet and they take damage here, which is bad. You want to take damage before that. That's what I wanted to show off. But anyway, I think we're good. We've all the 7 and 8s floating around. So I think we got a good set of strats right there. So hope you enjoyed.